An arresting moment at the DC jail. 44-year-old Joel Caston finally returning home after being locked up for nearly 3 decades on a murder conviction.
What are you thinking in that moment?
How my mother doing? How's the queen? Is the queen okay? Out of the 27 years of incarceration, maybe like 10 of those years I was unable to see her. So, man, it's like a blessing because, time goes.
Time. Caston remembers only a brief period when his life was much simpler. He grew up in Anacostia and says his family was loving and seemingly perfect until the DC crack epidemic, so pervasive, ravaged his home. Caston's father began using drugs, pushing his mom and dad to split. Then at just 11 years old, Caston says he was forced by a family member to start selling drugs, even to his siblings.
6th grade, someone is saying,
Yeah.
you owe me money,
Yeah.
you need to sell these drugs.
Yeah, get my money back. It's almost like robbing your childhood in a sense. When you think about it, like your childhood was snatched from you.
The problems continued to spiral. In the summer of 1994, Caston was accused of murdering an 18-year-old, Rafiq Washington, in this Southeast DC parking lot. At 18, Caston was sentenced to life in prison, spending years in solitary confinement in 16 different facilities.
Here I am now as a middle-aged man, very cognizant of the bad decisions I made in the past. Very grateful that by the grace of God I have been redeemed, and I do have a completely different outlook on life.
The transformation included taking university classes, becoming a worship leader and financial literacy instructor to fellow inmates. At the DC jail, Caston was able to launch a program to try and keep young men from returning, alongside his friend Mike Woody, who was also released last year. Caston says based on his own life story and those they mentored inside, it's clear DC's violence prevention efforts need to heavily target elementary school students.
We're thinking about 8th grade or 12th grade. Sometimes that may be too late.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about, in this case now, 13-year-olds,
Exactly.
12 and 13-year-olds committing crimes.
Exactly.
Flavors in it, smelling good.
That's that Caribbean blend.
Now an adult, a free man, a city leader,
We just wanted to give back.
Caston says he's never felt more empowered,
A mentor don't wind me on a young man emerging.
especially with Woody still by his
He
side.
was living that out, actually speaking to our younger selves on a daily basis.
Daily basis.
The trajectory of his life changed in recent years. Inmates were given the power to vote, paving the way for Caston to run for public office, the first in DC history for someone incarcerated.
The title itself doesn't really make me. I'm the commissioner. In fact, I don't even say it with anyone. I'm the commissioner.
So you're not walking around saying, folks.
Right. Hey, the commissioner's over here. No.
What she got? What she got for you?
This is a returning center re-entry organization.
As an advisory neighborhood commissioner, he's focused on issues impacting those in the jail,
Appreciate your job.
a nearby women's shelter,
That's it.
and a new luxury apartment building.
I'll check on it.
They are written off. They're forgot about it. They are a forgotten society, and I know how that feels to be on the inside for almost 3 decades and literally forgotten. And that's not a good feeling.
Now that he's out, Caston says he's also been busy thinking, what if? What if someone intervened and helped him in elementary school?
I wish I could have sequestered him, completely removed him from that environment, that toxic environment he found himself at. He needed an out.
Well, Caston says now this is his out. Aside from his duties as a city leader, Caston is focused on the stock market, investing, and helping people better manage their finances.